Very good morning, students. So, this is your 14th number chapter, Movements of Ocean Water, and this chapter is I have taken from the first book. So, students, here before this chapter, we have two more chapters which is regarding ocean, but here we'll talk about movements of ocean water. And as you know, ocean water is not static. There are some different different factors which test the equilibrium, and ocean water moves. That's why it is all the time in the motions. This move is in two ways. One is visible movement and obscure movement or non-visible movement. Visible movement are divided in three parts. One is current, waves and tides. So an obscure movement is in two parts. First is drift and second is creep, right, which are not visible. So this is only about the movement, ocean's movement. So students, movement of water takes place into two fashion, which I already told you, and we can say it in another way also. And because this chapter is very important, movement of water can be horizontal movement or vertical movement. When I say vertical movement, it's simply upwelling and sinking by tides. So vertical movement, we can say there are tides. Horizontal movement move are waves and currents. Currents means that the water moves wherever, say currents, that is movement of water, right? So when we say waves, okay, when we say waves, there is no movements, right, of water that takes place in, is a major difference between current and waves. Now we'll discuss the components of waves. Okay, when we discuss about the components of waves, we have, like you can see in this picture, um, like I'll show you from this portion. Here you can see this picture. Okay, this is the picture. So if we see in this picture, uh, wave here, now this wave pattern have a crest. Okay, so here this you can see, this is the pattern, it is crest, right, and trough. You can see this portion is called crest and this portion is called trough. So the difference between the crest and trough is known as the wave height. Okay, this is known as wave height. You can see this is the wave height, right? Is what is known as, here we can see the half of this height is what is known as amplitude. Half of the height, if we divide it, here we can see this half of the portion, it is called amplitude. The difference between two crest and two trough, okay, there is a difference between two crest and two trough. This is the difference and this is the difference, right? So this difference, whatever you can consider as the wave length. So this is called wave length, right? I'll send you one another picture also, uh, which can be, you can see clear which portion is called what. Time taken to move from crest to another crest is known as wave period. So here this is the student, the wave period is from one crest to another crest, it is called wave period. And on the crest itself, in 1 second, how many waves it can pass, that is the wave frequency, right? Suppose this is the portion, and in this portion we can see how many times it takes, this is called wave frequency. Can and whenever we talk about movements, there is energy that is stored in the waves, and that is energy is basically depleted. Okay, and uh, as it moves towards the coastal areas. So as it approached the beach, what happened? There is resistance of friction. What happened? Resistance of friction, because of which the waves finally slows down. Okay, suppose here you can see the portion. This is the ocean portion and this is the land portion. When the waves come in this area, okay, so what happened? Waves finally slows down here, okay, and decay, and that's how we understand the waves, right? So these waves movement are in circular fashion, in circular fashion, right? So there are two forces. One is that pushes the waves in downwards. It is gravity. Okay, what does it call? The first force which is pushes the waves, it is which side? To the downwards. It is gravity. Another, when the waves moves up, it upward movement. So this is how the pattern that takes place, and the waves, because you can see upward and downward sides the waves moves, because if the waves moves upwards, so obviously there is a different force. Okay, because of the different force, if the waves moves in downwards, so it can be from the gravity, right? Okay, so next here we'll talk about the tides. So tides, to understand this topic, suppose this is show you from the picture. This is earth. Okay, this is earth, right? And this is moon. Okay, so the gravitational pull of the moon, so what is happening here? The gravitational force is moving here. Okay, it's happening here. You can see the force, gravitational force. It pull of the moon causes the tides. Now the definitely this gravitational pull would be towards the side. Okay, towards the side where you have moon facing or facing the moon, or the side where the facing the moon. So you would have the gravitational pull that would be seen here, but to maintain the balance, that would happen opposite to gravitational pull, that would be another force there, and this is the centrifugal force. Okay, what does it call? Centrifugal force. Okay, so you can see here, this is the centrifugal force. So here you can see this on this picture, student. In this picture you can see, you can see this is the earth, and another side you can see moon. So what is happening here? The gravitational force is there. That's why you can see the tidal bulge in this side. This is a gravitational force is moving here, and the earth side, या फिर the side where facing the moon, so it affects on it, right? Now centrifugal force and gravitational force are keeping the balance. Because of these 2 points, you have the high tides. Okay, in contrast to it, you have the another bulges. Okay, you have the another bulges like on the other side you would have the low tides. So energy day in a period of 24 hours. Okay, in a day of 24 hours, student, in 24 hours you have 2 tides. Okay, and two high tides and 2 low tides. Clear? In 24 hours. two high tides and two low tides we can see, that is called semi-diurnal tides. Okay, when in the 24 hours if we have two high tides and two low tides, so this is called semi-diurnal tides. If in a 24 hours one high tides and one low tide is called diurnal tides. So this type of question can be you will get in the examination. 1 mark question can be like this, which type of tides are called semi-diurnal tides or diurnal tides. Okay, if you have two high tides or two low tides in a 24 period of 24 hours, so what does it call? Clear, student? Okay, so here